GM Farcaster. It is Wednesday, June 19th, and you are here with Nounish Prof and Adrienne for 29 minutes of Farcaster news to start your day. Good morning. We have a lot going on. I feel like we're very, I'm feeling a little stressed, got a lot going on. I forgot to tell you this. I'm moving out of my office today, officially.
Oh, no.
So, yeah, so I have to go to campus.
Is that emotional?
Not even a little bit. It's more of a task I have to do that I don't feel like doing.
Okay. You're not.
I'm not emotional.
Okay. No attachment.
Really not. I think I'm good. I think I'm totally ready. I feel I've been mentally moved out for a while. So It's been, so I'm good.
So here's the question then to everyone else. Is everyone else feeling stressed right now? Because I am too, which is ironic because Farcaster is dead.
Yeah.
Barely alive, dying. So
this is what I hear.
So I don't know what the stress should be.
I'm feeling just a lot of stress, but also it's been weird. Like the vibes are definitely weird. And it's everywhere. It's not just Warpcast, it's Twitter as well.
Life vibes.
It's good. We have life vibes. I think it's number go down and people get restless and cranky. Even though number hasn't really gone down that much, but some things have. So it's funny. We're funny. The humans.
We've not had a vibes talk in a while.
Yeah. We haven't had a feelings check. We haven't had a feelings check.
Are we past the vibes talk?
No.
The Farcaster vibes have changed.
I think the Farcaster vibes have changed a little bit, but I really think that it is bigger. I think it's the whole space. I think it's beyond Warpcast because I feel the same on Twitter's worse actually, but so it's been interesting, but we do have some cool things happening. So let's dive in to all of those things. This from actually I don't want to start there. This from Dan, which feels like it was 700 years ago, but it was 2 days ago. New experiment on Warpcast, narrow casts. Limit your cast to channel followers, cast in niche, esoteric channels without annoying your audience. You can toggle between everyone and channel followers only. The composer will remember if you previously narrowcasted in a channel. FAQ, what happens when I narrowcast? Normally, when you cast in a channel, it goes out to all your followers, regardless of whether they follow the channel. So if you're a Diet Coke enthusiast, all of your followers will see your silly casts about caffeine in their home feeds, even if they prefer coffee or Pepsi. I'm one of those people. I am people. But with narrowcast, you can limit your cast to only followers of Diet Coke. I actually enjoyed the Diet Coke casts, though, I have to say, even though I am a staunch Diet Pepsi person. Note, this is a Warpcast only behavior for now. Other clients are free to adopt or disregard this. And then 2, are narrowcast part of the protocol? No, they're an experiment. 3, how long will you run this experiment? For a couple weeks. If it has low usage, we will likely remove. If usage looks good, we'll work on incorporating into the protocol. 4, I want to see all casts everyone follow, even if they narrowcast, but I don't want to follow every channel. Try using another client like Supercast or HeroCast. Seems like an opportunity for another client. It's what he's saying there. So you have done some narrowcasting.
I've been narrowcasting.
How is it?
My question on Dan's announcement when he said it's only on Warpcast for now, as a completely non-technical developer on Farcaster and having no idea, I would never expect. Am I wrong that I can't even understand how that would be in the protocol? It just feels like it would always have to be handled at the client level, but maybe I'm wrong. So
I am not sure. That's a really good question.
So I wouldn't have expected it, but maybe it's just that reminder to other people that there's a difference between client level, protocol level.
I'm sure there has to be a way to do all these things at the protocol level, but I'm not sure how complicated they are. I'm sure it's easier at the client level.
I guess, but then you're taking away freedom from the client to control experience.
That's true. That's true. So maybe it will never be in the protocol, or maybe it will. I guess that's a good question. I don't know how much coordination there is with the other clients. When they have those conversations? I would assume yes, those conversations happen because they're probably part of an FIP, I would guess. But maybe not. I'm not sure. But that's a good question. Moving on, we've got a couple.
Have you narrowcasted?
I have not. I've narrowcasted once, I think, to do it. I don't notice much difference in my feed, but I also follow 17,000 channels, so that might be why. I think that's going to be the differentiator in your feed is how many channels are you following.
That's right.
I tend to follow a lot of channels, and I think there's other people who probably don't. So
that fits your personality.
Do you follow a lot or no?
I do.
You're no, but that's interesting. Okay.
No, yeah, I have I have FOMO, so I don't want to miss out.
I don't want to miss out. Yeah.
Someone did post, and I can't remember who it is, so maybe about we have been asking for narrowcast. So when you have the Farcastles and DGen and was it Link? So we complaining about not wanting to see certain things in your feed, and all it took were feet on the timeline last week for post spacers.
Yes, I forgot to grab that. I saw that cast. I forgot to pull it. It was the feet pics that pushed to we need to like limit these to the channel. That's so funny. Yeah, totally it. Totally the reason. The feet did it. The feet pushed the issue. In other news, this also from Dan. I thought this is an interesting cast. Why don't you clean up the bots? So we know that there's a ton of bots, especially the AI reply guys and gals. They're getting a little out of control. So why don't you clean up the bots? Useful to be precise here. Bots is a catch-all term that people use to describe low effort, uninteresting, or otherwise off-topic content. However, a bot is traditionally thought of as a programmatic account, i.e. controlled by a script or software, e.g. botnet. When people on Farcast refer to bots, they are more often referring to actual people using a mobile device with the aid of translation tools and ChatGPT who post uninteresting content from their POV. They are casting and replying in hopes of appearing to be a real account because they have learned that turns into future economic reward in crypto. Recent tipping meta has increased the expected value of these accounts. It's possible to algorithmically label these accounts, but then you create a shadow ban meta. So you massively increase the number of support messages and complaints. This was the state of the world before priority mode. Further, Meta estimates that 10% of users on their products are potentially bots. 300 million accounts says it's a hard problem to solve even for them. Web2 social networks can delete accounts. Farcaster cannot. Warpcast can label as spam to reduce visibility. So then there was a little bit more here. Just use proof of humanity. See the point about real human using mobile device. That doesn't solve the problem. Okay, so this went on and on, but we definitely still have this issue of these lovely reply bots. And here you go. This one is pretty funny. So this is from Toady Hawk. Back in my day, the Warpcast bots just responded, wow, and they were grateful for the opportunity. And then he is quote-casting or actually showing an image of in order to not give additional support to the bot. Keep your head up. Arena can be tough sometimes. You've seen these. Like they're getting more creative, I have to say. Like the bots are, you can still spot them, but they're getting better and better. And, they're funny at this point to me, but also kind of annoying. So I don't know what the answer is. I thought that was a really good sort of cast thread from Dan, kind of covering all the questions he keeps getting about the bots, but I don't think we have a solution yet at all. So I don't know what that solution is.
I think he could clean it up if he wanted to.
He could ban them. He doesn't want it.
Why can't you just... Well, no, because it would... I was teasing, because if you ban them, it causes...
It causes the shadow ban discussion. Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think it's tricky. But also I know just for myself, I'm not interacting with the bots. So I'm being very careful. And a couple times I've slipped up where I've been like, I'm like, oh, that was oh, wait a minute. That reply's not real.
I'm sure I have liked, I'm sure I have liked a bot reply.
They're getting harder to spot. They're definitely getting harder to spot.
Does it matter to you if it's a bot or a person? Are you assuming most of them are people?
I'm assuming that they are people running some kind of AI reply bot. So I don't know what that means. Like, it's still, to me, a low effort, not something that's useful to my metrics, because it's not a real human on the other side who's actually paying attention to the content. If you're running a bot, you're not actually reading that cast. So what's the value to me of you replying? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So I don't know.
Comment in the chat.
Yeah, what do you guys think?
Talking about bots is a red herring. Bots are only here because of degen tips.
Yeah. Very true. Okay. Well, and he did say, he even said that in his cast thread about the economic value. If there wasn't, but then again, if I think about this from a Twitter and other platform perspective, there isn't necessarily a direct economic value to reply bots or bots in general, unless they have like a specific goal. You know what I mean? So we're seeing this meta because of the specific degen tipping, but they happen on other platforms too. But so I don't know.
If it didn't come now early, it would come later when the network is so large that there's economic incentive just by attention because of the number of eyeballs.
Because of attention. Yeah. So there's always something. There's always something for sure. Okay. This was a little surprise that I noticed this morning. Animated PFPs are going away on Warpcast. This was a much loved feature, but caused crashes and performance issues for many Android users. Okay, you green bubble people causing problems again. It's all you green bubble people. There was no easy fix. If you have an animated PFP, we'll show it as a static image going forward. And this is absolutely hilarious because 2 days ago, I suggested to Woody that he change his PFP into this lovely animated GIF, and
he broke it. He ruined it for us all.
So you were the reason, Woody. Now it's all broken. And this poor Cooper Trooper is very disturbed. I have never felt so much pain in my life. Goodbye, animated base swatch. You may be masked by a static image, but under the hood, my PFP will always be animated in my heart. And then he tipped me 1,000 degen, which I thought was funny. However, Undefined apparently has a hack. So right below that, for your personal pleasure, Koopa Troopa, do you want your animated PFP back? Well, I wanted mine back for sure. So I cooked up a Chrome extension for you guys, and there's an installation link in open source code. But I don't know if that's just working locally, is what I'm guessing, because we're not seeing it on here. So, but that was just so funny. I'm like, I'm sorry, Woody. I had no idea. I had to go and apologize to him this morning. That is
rest in peace, animated PFPs.
Rest in peace, animated PFPs. Moving on, Moshi Cam has taken over the feed, and it's really cute. These are like cute little images that you can mint. You can post your picture in these frames. By the way, I went into the Figma to try and configure a GM Farcaster frame, and like spent about 20 minutes going, I don't know how to use Figma. What am I doing here? So I need to go into Photoshop and do the same, but I do want to create a GM Farcaster
it sounds like a bounty.
It could be a bounty. Could be a bounty. That might be a good idea, because somebody else can do it probably in like 2 seconds, and I cannot. So probably we can use our pitch session. Okay, hold on. Heavyweight's going to give me a Figma tutorial during our pitch session.
She won't give me one. She told me I'm dead to her.
Well, we'll discuss that in a minute. We'll get to that. By the way, I loved your first choice of
I know.
picture.
Hold on. And now I have to respond to her. Heavyweight. I know you didn't say it. It was an exaggeration. Why are you allowed to exaggerate, but I'm not? This isn't fair. Love you, girl.
We'll get into the beef on the timeline in a second. The CastOut beef. Oh, this is so funny. So I loved your picture. It was very cute. This was the first one I minted, actually. So you can mint these different Moshi casts that people are putting in here. And right now it's just by invitation, but there are some invitations going around. So just if you need one, just cast on the timeline and hopefully somebody will throw one at you. But it is really fun. It's really fun.
I love that picture.
I love this picture. It's so cute. This is really just about me wanting to show this picture. And then the frame, it shoots a frame out that anyone can mint the picture, which is kind of fun. Yeah, I totally forgot about this picture, and it's really, really cute. So thank you for using that one. Another launch from this week was Spotlight. Spotlight is live. This is from MJC. Spotlight is the Farcaster Attention Network. It's a social app. It's a creator monetization platform. It's a media protocol. Spotlight is a new business model for the internet designed to efficiently monetize the work you do and the attention you command. www.onspotlight.app. It's not a friend trading app. It is not a tipping protocol. This video introduces the project and demos the app. So I jumped on here and I was very confused at first because it's a little way of thinking. You think about it a little differently in that you're buying a spot on someone else's profile, essentially, on here, where you're putting in a photo and a link, and it can just sit on their Spotlight where they'll see it. So it could be something like, essentially like, I wanted to share this event with you or this thing with you. Or you can set it up so that somebody's booking time with you, like 4 things. So I think it was K-Mac. No, I forget who it was. So I thought it was K-Mac who did something like book time for a consultation. And then Woody was doing something similar with music. So you can do that. But the way I was playing around with it was I will show your cast on the show if it's appropriate, if it fits. No guarantee. But if you want to book this spot, and I think booking is throwing off some of the thinking here, but that's the term that's being used, then I will consider it, because essentially you're putting it in front of me in a place that's less noisy. And that
so it's paying you to
pay attention.
To pay attention and get something in front of your eyes so it can maybe show up on our show.
Exactly. Right. So, and there's lots of different use cases for this. So it's really interesting. And one of the bookings was, and I think I lost it, was the actual Spotlight person. So this was the cast that they submitted. So I thought that was very creative. And I have another one, but I can't seem to find it right now. Oh, here it is. In Super Tight Woody. So Super Tight Woody booked a spot to share his living room, our audio visual experience. So this is his mint called Living Room. It's a really different way to do an album. And this is like the booking. So you get a notification as well on Warpcast when somebody does that. So you can't really miss it, even if you're not paying direct attention to Spotlight. So it's interesting. It's a really interesting experiment. I'm curious to see if it can get enough users to make it really worthwhile, but it's definitely a different approach to some of the, similar experiences that we've seen or experiments we've seen. So go check it out. Today's a big day. So big day today tomorrow. Sorry, not today, but getting ready for tomorrow is still a big day. We've got demo week. Seed Club tomorrow will be doing demo day, and this is from Kojo. Seed Club demo week is upon us. This Thursday we'll be giving rapid, public, early stage 5-minute pitches on what we've been building. 1 to 2:30 p.m. Eastern. Survey, bracket game, unofficial. Lisa found chip, side quest, and exhibit. Link below. It's going to be fun. So, I'm excited for demo day. I'm really excited. So we're getting a little sneak peek from Heavyweight in a little bit. So I'm excited to see what everyone has been working on and get a little sneak peek of what's to come from all these projects. And really excited that there's so many of our friends in the demo day. It's really kind of fun.
It's so cool. It's so cool that there's friends, so many Farcaster companies and Seed Club. I love that they're doing this publicly so we can all sit in on this.
Yeah.
It's super cool. It looks like there's one company doing a demo that's not on Farcaster.
I don't know why how are they allowed in? I don't
know. Not going to make it.
I don't understand. I know, not going to make it. I guarantee you they have a Farcaster account by the end of the week. What do you think? By the end of the demo. Probably. Probably. That's my guess. A few other fun things on the timeline before we talk about CastOut. We have this from Doodles. This is exciting. On-chain summer, Doodles is redefining fan loyalty, starting by bringing its flagship consumer app, The Studio, to base. Mint this commemorative NFT and unlock exclusive following the migration in July. So this is a big deal so Doodles, for those who don't know, big PFP project in 2021, founded by Poopy and friends from the CryptoKitties ecosystem, and they then launched a big project on Flow, and that's what their duplicator was on and all of this. So they were going to be using the Flow blockchain. And that is the one that's created by Dapper Labs. And to make this big move to Base says a lot about their confidence in Base itself. They were using Flow, obviously, because that's so an L2. It's also lower gas fees, et cetera. So this is a huge move. So I'm excited to see this. And I think it really bodes well for Base to see this kind of large project making that move. And in related news, I just really like this project. So Illustradora launched Based Builders, and they are so cute. So go check them out. And I think it's not a mistake that some of them are holding a GM Farcaster cup. So we got a little shout out in the collection, which is very cute. And there's lots of Farcaster. There's there's a Farcaster hat. There's a little Farcaster arch, I think, is one of the things that they're holding. They're all holding something. It's really cute. So go check it out.
I love that shirt.
Isn't that cute? I would wear that shirt.
Arch button down. Someone build.
Someone build that shirt. I would wear it.
Less.
Someone get on that. This from Drakula. Videos are now introducing Drakula on-chain videos. Videos are now auto-minted on Zora, making it easy to go viral on-chain. To celebrate, earn 1,000 drip for each mint, limited time, mint my AI music video. So this is pretty cool. So the way I believe that they're doing this is that the video is being pre-minted. So on Zora, you can upload without actually paying gas to mint it or to deploy it. You're actually just uploading it, and then someone will come along and be the first minter. And then you earn rewards for being the first minter as well. So kind of a cool approach to sort of auto do this. On the flip side, like, what if I just don't want to mint that? What if I didn't want it to be on chain forever? So there's a little bit of that too. And I think there'll be some balance there of figuring that out. So, but I think it's a cool step in the right direction for on-chain media for sure. So very good to see. Okay. Just looking for this from Linda. Building Bounty Caster on Farcaster excites me. And P-Ross 3, we really need a better name for him. Since we're able to create a marketplace right within the social feed and have bounties entirely managed through frames, all done permissionlessly. And this was in response to Roland Stool. Why am I having some problems with names today? My favorite channel is on Farcaster is Bounties by Linda. And this was in response to Lounge. So this one cast had multiple purposes. Lounge season 2 has kicked off with channel owners, and they're answering certain questions as a recast each day. And this was an answer to what is your favorite channel and what do you think that channel particularly does well? And I think this has been really cool. If you're not following Lounge, I would highly recommend you do so. It's been really interesting to see the answers coming through, and I think it makes for some really great discussion. So if you're looking for those cozy corners, Lounge is a great place to dive in. So thanks, Cameron, for this experiment. Have you been checking out Lounge at all?
I've been reading. I've been in the 90% of lurkers and reading, and I haven't responded so much, but I really like the prompts and the engagement, and it's always a welcome addition on the feed when I see it.
Yeah, absolutely. I do want to
Lounge.
Yeah, we like the Lounge. I do want to give you a second to talk about the writing hackathon. So what is happening on Friday? And just talk a little bit about that.
Yes, Friday is the first Farcaster writing hackathon. There are 2 tracks. There's a IRL one in New York City hosted at the Variant office. We still have a few spots left. So if you're in town and available, come on by. There is a URL track that will happen at the same time. TED is hosting a gather, so people can kind of have a little co-writing space. We'll also be live streaming some of the talks, opening remarks and closing remarks. And like anything, we'll call it the beta. First time we're doing it, it's an experiment. But the goal is to get people together, develop connections. It's like an opportunity to bring people together in this kind of same time and space to make connections and community, but also to publish a ton of Farcaster content and kind of get it all out at once. There are a lot of questions that people have. Go to the Writing Hackathon channel to get your questions answered. And awesome. I'm really excited about this because I think if you're a developer, there's always been ways for you to contribute and participate with making frames and apps and clients and bots, and less so if you're just a lonely writer. So giving an opportunity for the writers to get their words and ideas out.
And I think that's something we've been thinking about too, is just different ways to how do we promote different creators, like just creators in general, and hackathons, like you said, are very technical focused. So I love the idea of creator hackathons and this being the first one. So great idea. Excited for it. I'm going to be in the URL tract. So I have a bunch of ideas that I'm playing around with and trying to narrow down. So I may write multiple things. So we'll see. I'm excited. All right. We got to talk about CastOut for a second. Because I'm announcing the next challenge. Any ideas? That was my hint.
Have you not noticed my mug?
No. What is your mug?
There's a, how do I get it?
Oh, okay. Okay. Interesting. So you did know what it is. All right. And here we go. Here's the trailer. GM Farcaster's Onchain Summer continues with CastOut. 5 players remain to outwit, outplay, and outcast for a chance to win 100,000 DGen. For the next challenge, the players will travel the Bourgogne Trail, playing a frame game by Board and Breadcat. Each player has been airdropped board tokens to play the game and try to travel the most miles on the Bourgogne Trail to win immunity, plus 10,000 board. Each player can make a maximum of 5 attempts and must share their score in the CastOut channel by 11 a.m. Eastern on Thursday. If you're not a CastOut player, you can still play along. Back your favorite player on Bracket.game. Plus, for this challenge, you too can play Bourgogne Trail for a chance to win 10,000 board from the CastOut.eth prize wallet. Cast your score in the designated thread in the CastOut channel by 11 a.m. Eastern on Thursday. Are you ready and on? Let's outwit, outplay, and outcast this on-chain summer with CastOut. And thank you to our premier partner, Pinata, sponsor of both GM Farcaster and CastOut. All right, so the players will be traveling the Bourgogne Trail, and there's a new version that was just released. So this was originally going to be the Monday challenge, and they were releasing a new version on Monday. And I'm like, I think I'm going to wait until it's official and I can test it out. So It is ready to go. It's really fun. The first version just was a little bit lacking, and this one is great. So go check it out. The Borgon Trail update is here. Same frame, new choices, new art, and a new single item inventory slot. Every time you travel, you have a chance to find a treasure chest. Contents could help you along your journey, or it could hurt you. Good luck on the trails. And then you can play here. So you do need board token in order to play. So each of the players have been dropped 7,500 board. It's 1,000 each time you play, but you can also, if you die, you can pay 500 board to revive and continue on from where you died one time. So you have essentially enough board to play 5 times. You don't have to. You can play once and be like, that's my score. That's it. And post that within the channel. I'll have a place for others to post who want to play along and try to win 10,000 board token. So anyone can play along as well. And the winner from the CastOut players will win immunity, and the others will go to tribal council to vote out one more person. So, Adrienne.
Exciting. Okay, so here's, does this work like Speed Tracer where you have to mint your winner? Like, can I play 5 times and whichever the best is, I can submit? Or do I have to decide to submit at the time of
It's an excellent question. You have to stop before you die, first of all.
Right.
Or else you don't have any miles. So that's going to be a part of it. And then you don't have to mint your final thing, but I'm not sure if it keeps your best score or if it keeps your last score. Yeah. So I will play around with that and answer that question in a couple hours, because I didn't want to post anything. I was trying to be careful not to post too much. So one thing I didn't post was my play frame. So I'm going to do that this morning. And this will officially start at noon Eastern, but you can go and just take a practice run. And I would suggest to all players that they take a practice run, check it out. And by the way, if you are a CastOut former player who has been voted off the island, I sent you 1,500 board so you could play along as well. So you have enough to play once for free. So there you go.
Very fun.
Yeah.
Is it a game of luck or skill?
Both. So that was the problem with the first version. It was too much luck and not enough choices that would make a difference. And this version has some choices that are built in that are a little better. So you can figure out when to use different inventory items makes a difference, what you get, whether or not you open the chest, things like that. So yeah, there's a little bit of both in there. So that's why I would say you want to play minimum one time through and just play, like just go, and try and figure out what happens. And then, play again for real kind of thing, because you need to understand. So,
cool.
Yeah. So it should be fun. I hope everyone has fun with it, and I hope others play as well. I think it'll be a good time. So yes, heavyweight, it was nice of me, even though one last thing, back in the CastOut channel, we did talk about this yesterday, but Miss Erica, we are still going to be nice, even though, oops, I forgot I'm not showing it. Even though we got the Jacques. So would you like to address the allegations, Adrienne, before we
I would. And in fact, I was just showing that I have an Oregon cup, and it doesn't bode well for these accusations, but Prof drops hints on the timeline. And so Erica accused us of this game being rigged because I'm a player and also your business partner. Optics aren't good. I'll give her that.
I mean, you're not wrong there. And we kind of knew that from day one. But I'm going to be honest with you. I didn't think you were going to last this long. I think you're going to get past the halving.
So, wow.
I didn't. Well, you've never watched Survivor. I thought you would have a target on your back from day one because your GM Farcaster, the other half of GM Farcaster. So I didn't think you were going to last very long, but you've shocked me. You've shocked me in how good you are at this game. So I think your coaches, and I think the smartest thing you did was at bracket game that no one else really did, was to kind of gather those folks who were betting on you and have a group chat with them and use them to like help you navigate this game. And I think that was very, very smart. So
I literally just asked for help, and people gave help.
And people gave help.
And that's it. In fact, Linda from Bounty Caster casted something recently about asking for help and how she's learned how to ask for help, and it's been such a great, like, I can't, and how thankful she is, and she's gotten so much by being able to ask for help. And I was telling her this story about this leadership training I did, and like at my company, there were probably like 30 to 40 senior level directors, VPs in a training room. And we all failed the challenge. There was like, you're playing these games, and we all failed this one challenge where all you had to do was ask someone for help, and not one person could do it. Like not one person could. We all lost. It was a game. It was everything's game. And every single person in the room lost because no one would ask for help. And that turned something on in my head. And I was like, oh, you actually can ask for help, and it's not a weakness. So I completely changed my tune on everything in life. And I just go around asking people for help, and it's like kind of a life hack. So,
it's really interesting when I think about the players that are still in CastOut. A lot of them have done something similar, right? They've used their community in one way or another. They've asked for help. Even like looking at the Ponder Challenge yesterday, the ones that got the most responses were ones that people were either asked for help directly or got help in some way. So, for example, like heavyweights being pinned in memes. The way in which Toady sort of structured his, where you're basically asking people for their feedback. So you're asking for, hey, help me make these decisions kind of thing. And that appeals. And I don't know if you asked DWR for a recast or he just gave it, but that was a big help.
If you accuse it's like the easiest bait for DWR ever, as say Farcaster is dying. I mean, come on.
I know, it was so funny. I was like, I still don't think he has any clue what CastOut is, and I did not do it for the game.
During our meme challenge, I did ping him and said, hey, we're in a competition and we're doing memes. So if you would like, and we had him, first of all, our meme,
and he was in the meme.
Him.
Yeah.
So I sent him the link, and I said, no expectation, but a recast would be helpful. And he did.
So, okay. So maybe he does know.
I did not give him my Ponder. He just took it and ran with it. So thank you. I think I do owe my immunity to him.
You do. You totally
and reply guys. And the reply guys. The reply
guys who always bring the heat. It's all right. We were way over time, but this has been fun. We had a lot to chat about today. We'll be back tomorrow for the CastOut edition at noon Eastern. And I honestly have no idea who's co-hosting with me tomorrow, because I think Tim is not available because he'll be getting ready for the demo day. So he's busy. And Jace, I believe, is also not available. So looking for a co-host. I might be reaching out to a few of you.
Can you get someone?
I think Link's left, but I was going to ask Links if he wants to co-host with me.
Yes.
So I got to reach out to him and see if he wants to co-host. So if you are, I am, of course, leaving it open to former players, but they're all a little salty at the moment. So we'll see if
Erica
anyone
seems like she's got she's got demo day too, but
a little busy.
Yeah.
She's a little busy. Ted may pop in. It's a little early for her, so we'll see.
We need the spice. Apparently, we need the spice. So
a little spice.
If someone is salty, they're the best ones.
You need a little salt's a great spice. Salt brings the flavor. All right. So with that, we're going to call it. We will be back for our regular show on Friday, 8:30 a.m. But I also will need a co-host for that. I forgot. Because Adrienne will be on a train. So this might be the last time we see you until Friday during the stream for the Writing Hackathon. If you're going to be there, or if you're going to be in New York, go join Adrienne in person at the Variant offices for the Writing Hackathon. It's going to be fun. And with that, everyone, bye-bye.